Hello and welcome to Witness. I'm Rida Fakhri. After a month filled with the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, the curtain has come down on the first Football World Cup to be held on the African continent. The 2010 World Cup had a profound effect on those who live in South Africa. In the township of Sowetan, a place where girls are still sadly relegated to the sidelines, 17-year-old Teboho had unique access to this historic event. She and 21 other girls were part of a new media training project called the Global Girl Academy. Today's Witness follows Teboho as this intense experience leads her and the other girls to take a remarkably personal look at their own story as the global spotlight shines on their homeland. In the end, director Amy Williams' film is neither about sport nor the media, but about the power of knowledge and self-expression, especially for young women. Here is Kick It Up, South Africa.
Halala, halalo, iyo hum. 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 Halala, halalo, iyo hum.
Global Girl Media is a non-profit organization that encourages the voice and self-expression of young girls by linking them with media professionals.
Welcome you to the first project of Kick It Up in South Africa!
Soweto, South Africa, was selected for the pilot project as the 2010 World Cup unfolded.
What I'm excited about is learning more about my dream career, being a journalist.
Why do we need journalists?
Okay, what I'm excited about is that I'm gonna get a chance to do hands-on journalism.
I not only love the game, I also love the people in it. I go in there knowing already that Cristiano was born in Portugal, how old he is. I don't even need to ask him that.
As a girl growing up in South Africa, I feel great because we're hosting the FIFA 2010 World Cup. It marks a very important event in our history.
The World Cup, it is truly a privilege and an honor for us as a country.
One of the reasons we're here is because we really felt that the woman's voice was lacking in the reporting on the World Cup.
I'm excited to hear about you. I want to learn who you are and where you've come from.
I'm dying now after hearing you all speak for you to grab cameras and go out and shoot and get stories because you all are amazing.
These are the groups that you're going to be with when we go out to the events. Team 1 is Anakosi.
Lebo, under the flag. Team 2 under the flag. Teboho.
To me, being a global girl means quite a lot because it makes me feel like I belong. Because at first I didn't really feel like I belonged to something.
Okay. Who has a camera that still has battery?
The IBC? Well, it contains the world media, so it's a pretty fascinating place. There's people from all over the globe in there.
This is Sky Smith reporting for Rise Sport.
I work for ESPN Brazil.
This is our great big set we have here. It sits and looks over Soccer City in the background. They've got, areas where you can sit and do interviews on a couch. They've got a full desk where they, do the analysis and the commentary. A big telly. We call it the big ass telly.
You have your producer and your director calling the shots. They got all the cameras here. They're in your ear. They're rolling all the graphics in. So they put everything together in this big control room.
Sure. So how do you deal with the vuvuzelas?
We just have them underneath the announcers. There's an audio man or person that kind of controls what we call nat sound.
And it's the same thing we did when we were young. We came to the studios, we got a taste of it, and then we were unable to leave. So, but you have to finish school first, and then you can be able to.
I'd like Global Girls to teach me more about this medium. I wanted to teach me how to be stronger.
I want to come out of this program being experienced in a way and having gained a lot of skills than the Z I was before.
What will differ in this World Cup from the others?
Everything, it's all African. People are excited. Everyone is excited, more Africa.
Knowing that tomorrow is the opening match between South Africa and Mexico, the atmosphere was just amazing.
And then there was a time when Tebogo stopped the Mexicans when they were like driving.
Hi, I'm Tebogo for Global Girls Media, South Africa.
Now, I've got 3 guys here with me, and I'd like them to tell you where they're from. Can I please ask you people, where do you come from?
From Mexico, to support the Mexico team.
That day I felt like a prophet, like a proud South African, because I could actually see people flocking in my country, like the Mexicans wearing their clothes and South Africans, you know.
They're definitely gonna win today's game. Go Bafana! Go!
3 Bafana, 2-1 Bafana.
I think that the final score is South Africa 1, Mexico 1.
Because the atmosphere around it, the ambiance, the people coming together. You know, as they say, South Africa, alive with possibilities. This is what it really means.
In the beginning, I thought, all right, we're just going to be writing stories. No one is going to be seeing our stories. It's okay, let it just be there, let it just lie there. I have no problem, all right, as long as I'm far away from home. And then I saw, wow, our stories are on the website.
Aperture setting. See, and what we can do there.
Beginning, this is the very start of a new future for these young South African.
Holding the camera makes you feel in power, because you can actually see some of the things that people cannot actually see, because when you're holding the camera, you are seeing what you believe in.
I'll show you how to use this later.
It felt great touching this camera, knowing that I could do anything with it.
It looked like a painting that I was looking at. It was so perfect, it had no distraction. I wish the world could look like a picture that I was seeing through the camera.
Me deu a liberdade de sair, de ir embora. Tenho certeza até mesmo.
I've been recently to the US. I saw that women's soccer there is very strong. I'm sure that with the time, media and the whole public will pay more attention on the women's soccer, and that both kinds of soccer, men and women, will be on the same level.
In South Africa, the women's team is more successful than the men's teams. Women can play soccer just as best as men, because we've never qualified for like a World Cup with a men's team since like forever. But the women's team, the last World Cup, we were in it.
He's waiting for you girls in Italy or in the Brazilian World Cup in 2014. For another interview, he hopes to meet you girls again.
Isso para mim é uma...
For him, it's very important to be here with you. He learned a lot from you today. And as he said, he hopes to see you again.
I'm going to write them down in kind of shorthand and we'll make them more specific. So how does her relationship with the vice president work when they're always traveling?
I love the fact that the trainers are behind us all the way.
See the sky.
The American instructors that we have, okay, they're quite fun on the field, or you're with them on the field.
All right, so as the Global Girl team, today we're going to go meet Jill Biden, the Vice President of the United States' wife. What question are we going to propose to her?
Okay, when we met Jill Biden, I was very excited, because it's not every time where we get to meet people from the parliament, even in our country.
What value do you stand for that you'd like for the youth of Africa to follow?
Well, I think after meeting all the young women here today, I think that it's really important that that we empower young women and we show them, we try to be positive role models and show them that they can do or be anything they want to be.
Knowing that she's a teacher, you know, I never really thought that somebody like her would take, a teaching role. She doesn't really work. Her husband, you know, she just has money flocking in. But knowing that she actually gives back to the community makes me very proud of her. So But why is it that politicians and celebrities are the one who get to plant trees?
That's unfair.
I also want to plant a tree now.
Yeah, even me.
Now, I'd also like to plant a tree one day. I'd also like to be regarded as important in my community. So I'd actually plant a tree for my mom and my brother. Those are the only two people I think about at that moment.
Join me again after the break as the Global Girl Media Project tackles the fundamental health issue underlying the development of sport in Africa. Welcome back to Witness. I'm Rida Fakhri. Life was turned upside down for Teboho, a young girl from Soweto, when she was picked to train as a global girl reporter on the biggest story in Africa, the 2010 Football World Cup.
Being a girl in Soweto is very challenging because I come across people who don't actually think that it is I who is making these things happen for me. And yeah, people wonder where I'm going every morning and what is it that I'm doing that's so interesting that makes me come back home very late. And I explained to them that, okay, I've got passion for writing and for being informed and informing other people, meaning giving back to the community.
This is Kamahelo Mabizela reporting for Global Girl Media. Welcome to the challenges that face Africa. On the 17th of June, Global Girl Media visited Soweto Training Center in Pimville to report on health issues through sports.
The belief is that if there's a time when kids learn the most is when they're having fun. This is our classroom. We use a football field, we use a basketball court, we use a volleyball court as a safe haven for kids because they're off the streets.
In our Go Sisters program, well, we promote girls to stand on an equal footing with their male encounter because in my country it's believed that football is only for males and not for girls.
About 27 million people around the world are affected, and 70% of them are in sub-Saharan Africa.
I think it's important for our youth to get tested early because the sooner you know, the better.
You should know your status so that you won't spread the disease around if you have it. And if you don't have it, you can stay healthy.
Well, I just got tested and tested negative. And when you test, you get a free vuvuzela.
So test and know your status.
As the project unfolded, one of the global media girls, Teboho, grew increasingly reflective. She began to keep a video diary of her experiences as she was going through the training program.
I don't know what to say. I'm this kind of person, you know. I think I wear a mask. People don't really know the real me. They always see this ever jolly, ever smiling Teboho, but they don't really know the actual person. That I'm not really happy, you know, such things, this and this happened to me, blah, blah, blah. Inside, I'm hurting a lot. And I'm trying to find ways of which I can fix this, but I can't find any.
Working with Teboho in the same team, we have great ideas with the other girls, and we actually talk and have discussions. Sometimes we argue.
But well, first we can't just make assumptions. We have to like research it also.
Yeah.
Okay, where do we do that?
Yeah.
Google.
Because are spoken, she's diligent, she talks a lot, she's friendly at times.
Like there's so much information. I don't understand why people do this. It's like they're so ignorant. You can do this. We're talking about the process of testing, that people know about HIV and AIDS, but they are ignorant, and how it's scary to get tested. How would you want to be helped if you are positive?
So I think what we need to talk about a little bit is bringing the story back to the center and talking about, you guys shared a lot.
You can't talk about sex. With my friends, no, I just don't like discussing sex with my friends and all that. Now that they know what to do and stuff. I don't talk about it. I actually don't have anybody that I can talk to about it, so I'd rather not talk about it. I mean, at least I know what I know, and what I know is enough. I was 9 when my mom passed away. I was still pretty young by then. So I remember that she was a very happy person. Yeah, she was very kind. That's what I know about her. We were celebrating my first birthday, and I was very chubby, and I had like fat chicks. I miss her too, you know. Oh, so at home there's 3 of us. Yes, it's my aunt, my sister, and her son. Well, I tend to call my aunt my mother because she's the one who actually raised me after my mother's death. I've been living with her ever since. Yeah, living with my aunt is not a very good thing for me. Yeah, okay, we have our ups and downs. Some days are fun, but most of them are not. My mom disappointed her in a way. She actually had to raise my mother's kids. So I think she doesn't want that to also happen to us. You know, I don't think she wants us to end up having a lot of kids and then dying very, very soon. You know, right now I was looking at my mother's and brother's photos, and yeah, my brother's the one on the far left. Is right there at the end, the one who has his one knee down. Yeah, I understand that I lost my mom at a very tender age, but my brother, I mean, he was there for me. I miss him a lot, you know. I mean, I miss everything. I miss those good days together. I also miss our fights, you know. As siblings, we used to fight a lot. Plus, he came after me, so that explains it all. Still was. He was turning 12 on that day. He passed on his birthday, actually, late that night. And he was very innocent, very, very innocent.
One of the goals of the program is to encourage the girls to explore their own story and give them a safe place to be heard. It unlocks some powerful emotions.
I am me, and proud of that. I describe myself in 3 ways: a strong and young black woman who believes in anything, that it is possible, and that's why I will stand firm and not be shaken by anything.
Hey Yahweh, Kumama.
I'm an asset, not a liability. When I am a part of a team, group members embrace, they rejoice because I am the best. I am a soul that was created for greatness. I push to get what I want because everything great was invented just for me.
I'm an outspoken person. I am a young, smart girl. I am motivated, inspired, and always involved in every possible and positive activities that come my way.
Yeah, that day when you did the speeches on who we are, the I am speeches, it was very emotional. But what I think it did, actually, it helped us, some of us. It really did help us because we couldn't really talk to people about our problems.
I'm the one you think you know, but you don't. I have low self-esteem and I don't believe in myself. I'm shy of finding out really, who am I?
I'm different. My smile humbles me. My laughter encourages me. My walk describes me. My hug warms me. I'm expressive, talkative, outspoken, loud, and spontaneous. I'm a Zulu woman.
I'm a good-for-nothing child with nothing special to offer the world.
It really touched me because I could relate some of those things. I go through them every day. Like Sky wrote about hating herself and whatever. And I understood that because I hate myself sometimes.
I've seen more deaths than an undertaker. I'm part of a dead pig. I only wish I was not born. I wish never survived.
When everybody started crying, I also cried. But when I finished crying, I started writing something. You know, I was writing about, it was actually a poem about tears, you know, that you shouldn't really shed a tear for something that's very unnecessary. But if you feel the need to cry, then so be it, so that you can actually feel better.
Who am I? I am a woman. I am proud. I am time. I am consistency. I am music. I dance to the beat and the pulse and the oomph. I am rhythm. I am the blood that oozes out of Mama Africa. I am because I am. I am because we are. I am an African. I am the Bokhotsotetsi.
Global Girl Media has taught us a lot on how to write and how to shoot pictures that are good enough, that can tell a story.
Global Girls told me that if you're passionate and you want to investigate and know and get the truth out there, you can do anything.
People will be coming to us for us to cover their stories, not we will be going to them.
So for me, it's going to broaden my horizons in a way. You know, I'd like to see, I mean, in the next 3-4 coming years to come, I'd like to see myself as a professional journalist, actually. Not a journalist in training, but a professional one.
Thank you for watching. Join me again next time here on Witness.